Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button for me and dropping your comments. Definitely want to hear your thoughts and feelings about anything Knicks. Well, the New York Knicks hosted the Memphis Grizzlies at MSG, and it was once a 28-point blowout, their fifth game in a row. They now have the second best record in the East, and they have a 7-10 record. They are just a game and a half behind the Detroit Pistons, who are a shocking 9-2, who escaped with an overtime victory last night. That was amazing, or else Knicks would have just been a half game behind them. The Knicks also have the most home wins in the NBA, 7. We're watching a work in progress, a phenomenal work in progress right now. This is, offensively, we have never seen a team like this. My son texted me during the game, my 25-year-old son. He said, "I've never watched a Knick team like this." And I responded back to him, "Would have been a miracle. We've never had one like this in your lifetime." So for all of you who are in Dylan's range of age or even older, enjoy this moment. It's only going to get better, but there's going to be tight spots. There's going to be tight moments. The Knicks got got very sloppy, especially in that fourth quarter when the Knicks gave up. Let's see. They were amazing with turnovers in the beginning part of the game. They had not allowed a single point off of a turnover in the first 2 quarters of this game. But then in the fourth quarter, it came all crashing down. They committed 8 turnovers and gave up 8 points in that period. And they allowed the Memphis Grizzlies to get hot from distance, allowing them to hit 8 of 12 in that third quarter, and they lit us up for 39 points. But this is the new Knicks. Knicks got 37 in the third quarter after putting up a 42-burger in the first quarter. Yes, we've never seen a New York Knicks team like this before. Defensively, there are lapses. And then there are great moments, like in that last 16 minutes of the game. There was some bad defense. The Knicks got a bit sloppy. They cooled off and they committed bad turnovers while leaving the Grizzlies wide open for threes. I have Coach Brown's post-game interview where he talks specifically about the second half, and we'll get to that. Let's get into it. Thank you for joining me here. This is the best place for anything Knicks, especially Knicks recaps, news, and analysis. I mean, what else is there? I guess I don't do big-time interviews with, but, I leave that for those who are great at doing that. Now, we're going to get to what we do well. Here we go. Jordan Clarkson had himself a night, but he cooled off in the second half. In fact, the bench cooled off completely. The bench actually had done a good job in that first half. They had scored, what was the first half numbers here? I don't have them here, but they had done well. They done well, but they cooled off in the second half, only got 6 points in the second half, 32 points. They allowed the Memphis Grizzlies bench to score 32 points on them. So that disparity, again, there you go. That's where that 28-point lead evaporates. Totally evaporates. The Knicks bench in the first half had 26 points. Compared to Memphis, they had they had 23 points, Memphis. So it was pretty even. But then the Knicks bench in the second half completely started missing shots. Everybody started missing shots. This was OG Anunoby's worst shooting game from deep. He was 1 of 10. 1 of 10. I thought at one moment maybe he got elbowed in the eye by Jaren Jackson Jr. late in that second quarter. I thought, oh, maybe that's what disrupted. But he was already 0 for 4 from 3 by then. He hit his 1-3 in the second half. So you can't make excuses for that. But inside the arc, our man OG was phenomenal. He was a beast going to the hoop. He was 6 of 7 inside the arc. That level of efficiency is something we want to see continue from him. The Knicks with 130-plus points in their third straight game. The first time in franchise history. See a theme here? We've never seen a Knicks team like this before. 5 wins in a row and 7-0 at the Garden. Let's go! Jalen Brunson, the captain, 32 points, 10 rebounds, 5 dimes. Wait, that is incorrect. I thought it was the other way around. This is incorrect. It's 32 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. They made a mistake here on their own graphic. Whoever did this, I think it was the Knicks. Yeah, it's 32, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds. Because it goes on here, thanks to StatMuse. Jalen Brunson versus Memphis. 32 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, 6 of 9 from the three-point line, which is nice because he was one of the ones struggling from 3 on this team, along with Cat. He finishes a plus 22, and he's the first player in franchise history with 30-plus points, 10 assists, and 5 three-pointers in multiple games. The first Knick ever to do that. Thanks to All City NBA. This is a little further color on what has been happening to Brunson's shot diet. Brunson has now taken 187 field goals this season. He currently has the highest average shot quality in his Knicks career. The fewest percentage of field goal attempts heavily contested in his Knicks career, which makes sense, right? The fewest percentage of his field goal attempts self-created in his Knicks career. And if you watched the video I put out yesterday, where I talked about the secret to the Knicks' blazing hot offense is catch and shoot, especially catch and shoot threes. A major shift in a percentage of their shots are now becoming catch and shoot shots. And Brunson, his point output from catch and shoot is up 112%. And that was before this game, where he's now hit 6 of 9. Now, those weren't all catch and shoot shots, but tonight, but several were. This man, his life has become easier, and he can still always go to his bag when the offense suddenly starts stagnating and guys start missing shots that they should make. We know that Brunson will still deliver, along with Cat. That is why this team is truly one of the teams that should be the most feared in the entire NBA. And as these weeks tick by and the Knicks begin to annihilate one defense after another, lighting them up for 130 plus, night in, night out, there will be down nights, but most of the time, it's going to be like this. The NBA is going to notice, and then they will make adjustments. And then we will see what Brunson and our guys do, what adjustments they make. That's when this season's going to become incredibly fascinating. Cannot wait for this thing to develop that way. Towns, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 dimes, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. There were moments where he did get burned here and there defensively, but late in the game, when the Knicks were hanging on to that 10, 12, 13-point lead, he played some excellent defense down low. And he was able to stop Memphis a few times when the Knicks needed to get stops. Some smart defense. And then, man, we'll get into that part later. But his play, he hit some threes tonight. He was 3 of 8. He put up 8 3-point attempts. Nice, 3 of 8. Not the greatest efficiency. 3 of 7 would have been nicer, but at least he's putting them up. He's hitting them when we need them. He picked up 13 rebounds tonight, 4 offensive rebounds. Mikal Bridges, which we'll get to, also had 4 offensive rebounds. Mikal Bridges was a beast tonight. He might have been the player of the game. Actually, here's Mikal Bridges right here. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Highway robbery. The man committed highway robbery. He was a one-man fast break at times, just getting the steal, going for the solo dunk. That was in the second half, late in the first half. Sorry, late in the first half. Man, he's truly been impressive. Truly been impressive. What was I going to look at? I was going to look at this. Yeah, here we go. Guess who's the defensive player of the game? Mikal Bridges. A couple next play speeds that were unbelievable. 4 steals impacted the game. That's a quote of Mike Brown. Yes, his next play speed is the best on the team at this point so far. Though I saw OG doing it. OG was a beast defensively as well tonight when he was on the court. He got into some foul trouble, had to leave, and he was missing shots. And then he also got hit in the eye, like I mentioned earlier. But man, he had some great plays as well. But tonight, it's Mikal Bridges finally gets the nod, finally gets his flowers for his defensive presence, for his defensive play. He was fantastic. I just wish that second half of the third quarter, the last quarter and a half, didn't go the way it was going. That was that kind of sours the whole experience here. The Knicks let the Memphis go on a 10-3 run to close the third quarter, and we know it's got to be the other way around. Great teams, first of all, great teams have great third quarters. Now, the Knicks put up 37 points, so that's a pretty offensively a great quarter, but defensively is where they slacked off, especially out on the perimeter. They left too many Grizzlies wide open. Basically, the Grizzlies took a page out of the Knicks playbook and started making that extra pass to the wide open guy. And Jalen Wells hurt the Knicks often. And this guy Spencer, he can hit three-point shots. So he can light it up. I think he scored like 50-something points in a G League game before. So the Knicks took the foot off the pedal, and they let the Grizz get off to a 14-9 third quarter start, and which turned into a 7-0 run. And then it turned, yeah. And Coward even blocked Jalen Brunson at the hoop, which was totally eye-opening. This guy, Cedric Coward, he's in the running for Rookie of the Year. He's a tremendous find that they got. But then Cat comes in, hits a 3, and then he drives. He hits like this acrobatic, like flip up in the air, drops right through, and he gets the and one. And the Knicks finish the third quarter up 114-93. But you can see they were up 23 at the half, and now they're only up 21. Well, only okay. You think okay, maybe now, they'll clamp it down, but no, it started again in the fourth quarter. Memphis they cut a 28-point deficit down to 16 with an 8-0 run, and it was 117-103 with 9:43 left in the game. But we will get back to that. Let's get to this, because Jordan Clarkson, during this game, it was announced that he had accumulated 8,137 points off the bench in his career. He now surpasses Vinny the Microwave Johnson for 10th all time since 1968-69 season when he's tracking this data. Flowers to you, Jordan Clarkson. Tonight, in that first half, you were incredibly effective. You finished the game with 13 points. He was a +8. hit 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Took some pull-up threes that maybe weren't such great shots, but he buried them. He buried at least one of them, of those pull-ups. He had 2 assists. He did commit 1 turnover, but he was very efficient overall, 5 of 7 for tonight. And his defense and his willingness to pass the ball, man, it's really nice to see. It's really nice to see, because that's the one thing I was super concerned about with him. Is he going to be too selfish? Is he not going to embrace a winning style of play? Is he going to just want to be a chucker? Well, he has shown it kind of started up a little bit like that early on in the season, maybe some preseason, but he has embraced the Mike Brown system, and I love what he did tonight. Though he did cool off in the second half. He did cool off, but the entire bench cooled off in the second half. In the second half, he played 7.5 minutes, only 3 points, and Deuce was the only one with 3 points in that second half off the bench. That's it. Gershon, nothing. Josh Hart, 0 for 3 in the second half. Josh Hart, man, he missed a reverse layup. He got his guy beat from the left baseline, reverse layup, and totally whiffed it. And then he stares at his hand afterwards, because that could have really given the Knicks some cushion. Knicks were still struggling at the end there. Needed free throws to close this game out. And speaking of Josh Hart, off the bench, as the Knicks improved to 7-3, he had 8 assists. This is why I put this here. This was by far the best passing game I have ever seen from Josh Hart. He was phenomenal tonight. Like, outstanding bounce pass after another, anticipating the cutter, feeding him in stride for easy buckets. It was truly a sight to see. A sight to see. I thought I had highlighted, I thought I had it highlighted here, but Hart with some stellar passing. A zip pass to Brunson down low for an easy 2. Then a gorgeous pass to Mikal Bridges on the left wing for another easy 2. And that was during that second quarter where the Knicks were just in total domination mode. The Knicks shot in the first half 55%. And from the third three-point line, they shot almost 39%. They were hot, and this is the 5th time in the last 6 games the Knicks have had a 70-point half. The 5th time in the last 6 games. That offense is, that is something. That's a Ferrari, guys. That's a Lamborghini. That is that thing can cook when it gets into gear. But with a sports car, sometimes if you don't drive it right, it can sputter. And it did sputter a bit in that second half. The Knicks could only put up 56 points in the second half. They shot only 40% overall. In fact, let's go here. Here are the second half stats. They shot 40%. They shot 40.7% from the three-point line. They were 11 of 27. They hit all 9 of their free throws, thankfully, and 6 of those came late during that 6-minute stretch where they were 1 of 10 from the field. They got out-rebounded in the second half by 5. They committed 10 turnovers and gave up 11 points during that stretch. And they did commit 13 personal fouls. They've been doing a good job of limiting their personal fouls, but really they went cold. And I think that kind of affected them on the defensive end as well. Because you can see the Grizzlies shot 50% from the field in the second half, 22 of 44, and they made 10 of 19 three-pointers. They shot almost 53% in that second half. But in the fourth quarter, how did they do in that fourth quarter? Let's see that. In the fourth quarter, they were 2 of 7. So that was mostly the third quarter where they caught fire. But they were still effective inside the arc. They were still getting second chance opportunities. And yeah, second chance points. Actually, they only had 2 second chance points in the fourth quarter, but points in the paint. The Grizzlies had 18 points in the paint in that fourth quarter. The Knicks had 0. Wow. But it was the transition defense that really killed the Knicks tonight. Let's listen to Mike Brown discuss that.
Yeah, I thought in the first half we did a really good job in a lot of areas. These guys are really good in transition, and our transition defense in the first half wasn't great, but it was okay against a team like that. The way we calculated, they had 16 fast break points against us in the first half, and the second half we let up. We didn't sprint back like we should have. When we did sprint back, we just ran to our man. We did not play our rules, and they got layup after layup after layup after layup after layup against us in transition, which gave them confidence. And then when we were matched up, we protected the basket. Instead of playing our rules, we had a second guy go to a guy that was at the rim, and that always left a perimeter guy wide open for a catch and shoot three. So, giving up 29 fast break points to a team and a half is going to kill you, especially if you have 11 turnovers in that half. And so, I thought we were careless with the ball as well. Obviously, we're not going to do this every time we step on the floor. At times you're going to do this, and then you might take a step backwards. So you might take two steps backwards. Hopefully we can learn from this and grow from this, which you can do in wins. You can obviously learn and grow in losses, but hopefully we'll grow from this and come out and try to put 48 minutes together in our next game, because those two areas we did not do a good job of. Yeah.
Well, I find his post games so refreshing. He's fantastic. He's fantastic at recapping exactly what happened with the mistakes. It was the transition defense was a big problem. They didn't adhere to their rules. That's the first time I've ever heard that term, and I had to listen to it several times. Did he say rules or roles? And I'm pretty sure it's rules. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to look out for more explanation on that. As you can see, the points in the paint for the game, it was 50-46, but but Knicks were dominating in the first half, points in the paint. So this is the second half domination there. And in the fast break points, it ends up being kind of even, 16-14. But again, this is balancing out the both halves. The story was the final quarter and a half that really did the Knicks in terms of being able to fully bask in the glory of this, what is ultimately a tremendous victory. It really is a tremendous victory. There's no doubt about that. And I love that they continue to hit their free throws. They shot 40% from the three-point line, ended up only at 48% for the game. Well, I showed you that in the second half they got cold and only shot 40% after shooting 55% in the first half. But it was those turnovers as well. Get a little sloppy with the ball. They stopped cutting. They stopped looking for each other. They stopped making that extra pass. And then on defense, they didn't adhere to the rules, which I would imagine it's not allowing perimeter guys to be ignored, especially guys who are starting to get hot. I expect the Knicks to clean that up because they have a game tomorrow night against the Orlando Magic. It's an earlier start. It's a 7 p.m. start. That's going to be an interesting game. It's a big game. It's a conference rivals game. And the Orlando Magic are struggling right now. We look here. Right now, the Orlando Magic are barely in the play-in. They are 5-6. They did win a game last night, but it was close. I think it was like it was a buzzer beater by Desmond Bane. It took like a miracle shot. It was kind of reminiscent of the shot that RJ hit against was it the Celtics or the Heat at MSG? Like from that right above the break area, reminiscent of that. But they could have been 4-7 right now. So they're 5-6 coming into the Garden. The Knicks need to take care of business to win these 2 games in a row to then go up 8-3. Right now, the Knicks are firmly in second place, 8-3 above this pack. Look at this pack below with the Heat, Cavs, Bucks, Sixers, all 7-4, and the Bulls have played 1 game less, and they're 6-4. So potentially it could be 6 teams right there in the tier below the Knicks and the Pistons. Look at that, 5 wins in a row. Now the Pistons have 7 wins in a row. It's gonna be exciting to see when the Knicks play the Pistons. Very exciting. All right, one thing I want to shout out is that memberships are available now for the channel. You can there's a join button down below. Click on it, get all the information, and check out the merch. You can see the link right there, and the link is also in the description of this video. You can just click it; it'll send you to the shop. Get your gear, especially in time for the holidays, and especially in time for the stretch where the Knicks are already on a tear. 5 games winning streak. They're going to close out. I think they're going to close out this homestand 7-0. That's right. Here are the team stats. Let's review this just in case we overlook something. As you can see, the free throws. The Knicks shot less free throws than their opponent. That's got to be the first time that's happened in about 5 games right there. The Knicks only went to the free throw line 20 times. Memphis went 24. The points conceded off turnovers. That's what really killed the Grizzlies. They committed 22 turnovers and allowed 33 points off of those turnovers. A lot of that, most of that, I believe, was in the first half, though. Let me confirm that here. In the second half, they did concede 14. So they had conceded 19 points in that first half, which is a gargantuan number. Something like the Knicks only gave up 11 points off of turnovers. Wow, interesting. All right, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button for me. Follow me on social media. Share this video. That would be great. Tune in. I'm going to be doing a live pregame show tomorrow with Lee Escobedo. Will be my guest. We'll be previewing the Orlando Magic game, which I think is going to be a very important game. I'm expecting Mitch Robinson to return for that game, so the Knicks will be fully healthy. Have their full roster available, should we say. And I think if Mitch had been playing in this game, you know, the score would be dramatically different, honestly. I mean, the guy was a plus 40 in the other night in just 17 minutes, in less than 17 minutes of play. So looking forward to that. And then there's Miami on Friday. I think that's an NBA Cup game, but that one's going to be at MSG. Let's close out this homestand on a winning streak and then pick it up on Monday in Miami and win that game too. I'm greedy right now. I'm so greedy. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go. Domination continues.